Have you ever prayed about feeling overwhelmed, but after you finish praying, your schedule was still full? Your mind was still racing, and everything you were carrying, it was still waiting for you. You prayed, but you still felt overwhelmed. If that's where you are today, I want you to know that your prayer, it wasn't it wasn't wasted, and God has not ignored you. But sometimes God's answer isn't simply that I'm going to take everything away. Sometimes his answer is an invitation, and it is to come closer, lead me, and show me what needs to be changed. Hello, beautiful mom. I'm Felicia Barr, a Christian time stewardship coach, and I help overwhelmed Christian women to move from burnout and constant busyness into faith filled work life harmony. And here on this channel, we choose harmony, not hustle, and we learn how to flow with God's rhythm instead of running ourselves on empty constantly. Last week, we talked about what to do when your heart is overwhelmed and how God will lead us to the rock that is higher than we are. But what happens after He leads you to the rock? What happens then? What do you do after you pray? Today, I am sharing 4 faith filled steps to help you to respond when you've prayed about the overwhelm, but you still need direction. Psalms 55 and 22 says, "Cast your burdens, your cares upon the Lord, and He shall sustain you." Notice that the scripture tells us to cast that burden on God, and it doesn't tell us to pray about it and then go right back and pick it back up. I'm good for that. But if we're honest, that is exactly what many of us do, and me included. We say, "Lord, I give you this. I'm going to give you this problem or situation." Then we get up and we continue carrying every responsibility, solving every problem, meeting everybody's expectation, and saying yes to everything. Now, I know what it feels like to pray for peace while continuing to live in the patterns that were draining my peace. I wanted God to relieve the pressure, but I also had to become willing to listen when He showed me what I needed to release, to rearrange, and to stop doing. So prayer is not just when we speak. Prayer is also when we have to listen. Here is the first step. Step number 1. Pause and listen for God's direction. After you pray, don't immediately rush back into the noise, but pause just long enough to hear what God may be revealing, and just ask Him, "Lord, what are you trying to show me? What needs my attention, and what am I carrying that you never asked me to carry?" Sometimes we're asking God for strength to keep doing something that He is telling us to release. We assume that because we carry it, that we are supposed to carry it. Yeah. But ability does not always mean assignment. Just because we can do it, it does not mean that God has assigned it to us to do. Step number 2, identify what is actually weighing you down. We often say everything is overwhelming me. But when everything feels heavy, we need to slow down and identify what you are carrying. Is it your schedule? Is it the pressure to keep everyone happy and pleased? Is it a responsibility that you should be sharing with someone else? Is it a fear of disappointing people? Or are you trying to meet expectations that God never placed on you? You cannot make a peaceful change until you identify that real source of pressure. Take out a piece of paper and just write this question down for a moment. What is taking the most out of me right now? What is taking the most out of you right now? Don't judge your answer. Just be honest about it. Just be honest about it. Awareness gives you a place to begin. Step number 3. What did God assign to you? This is where prayer may require action. Releasing something could mean saying no. It could mean asking for help. It can mean having a necessary conversation that you need to have with someone. It could also mean letting something wait versus treating it like an emergency. And yes, releasing things can feel uncomfortable sometimes, especially when you are used to being strong for everyone and everyone depends on you. But protecting your God-given capacity is not selfish. It's stewardship, you guys. You are not abandoning your responsibilities, but you're learning how to carry them in a healthier way and to stop carrying responsibilities that just don't belong to you, that don't belong to us. Ask yourself, is this mine to carry in this season? Is this mine to carry in this season? If the answer is no, give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to put it down, to lay it down. Step number 4, creating a peaceful rhythm. You don't need to change your entire life today. No. Just choose one small rhythm that supports the peace that you have been praying for. Maybe it's spending the first 10 minutes of your day with God before checking your phone. Maybe it's reviewing your calendar and removing just one unnecessary commitment. Maybe it's asking your family to share in some responsibilities. And maybe it's setting a time when your work day officially ends. Maybe it's creating space to rest without feeling guilty. Small spirit-led changes can create room for lasting harmony. So if you have prayed about the overwhelm and you're wondering, okay, I prayed, now what's next? Remember these 4 steps. Pause and listen to God's direction. Identify what's actually weighing you down. Release what God did not assign for you to carry. And create one peaceful rhythm. Prayer is not the end of the process. Prayer positions you to receive God's direction for your next step. You don't have to figure out everything today. You only need to obey what God is showing you right now. So, before you leave, tell me in the comments, what is just one thing that you sense that God is asking you to release, rearrange, or just even approach differently? And if you need help identifying what you're carrying and creating more peaceful rhythms, my Harmony Reset Guide will help you to take the very next step. You'll find the link in the description below. If this message encouraged you in any way, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share it. Share it with another overwhelmed mom who has been praying for peace. And remember, God has not called you to hustle until you're completely empty. He is teaching us how to flourish in his rhythm, just one faithful step at a time. I'll see you in the next video.